All right, we're gonna start with a Pike Smash, so that'll be for the front side here, breaking some things up there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm using a lacrosse ball. You can use a softball, baseball, any other kind of, something kind of firm for you. And then we're gonna aim for the soft tissue part here, where you feel muscle and everything likes to pull you forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right around here. I'm gonna find myself a wall. You can lay down on the ground and do this as well if it works better for you. And then I'm just gonna smush myself into the wall. Give some pressure to that spot. I'm gonna kind of move up and down. I'm not too crazy sore there, so I'm gonna move up just a little bit, and I'm sore there. So I found a good spot. I'm gonna lean on in, and then what I'm gonna do is just move the arm up and down while I keep the pressure on that tight muscle there. As big of a range as it'll let me. I have my hand facing this way. Feel free to kind of experiment with the way that you move your arm. If you feel things starting to break up and the crunchies go somewhere. If you don't feel anything, just give it at least a minute or about 10 movements with your arm. You can move around to another spot, wedge yourself in there, move up and down. When you step away, hopefully you feel a little bit of increased blood flow there, and then go ahead and swap sides and get the other side. All right, so going into the scapula smashing, so that's gonna be these big guys back here. It's my favorite, it's the lifesaver. So I've got my lacrosse ball again. Once again, a tennis ball, other kind of ball will work. This is my preference for sure on this one, because it does the job. So I'm gonna try to get these guys like underneath my shoulder blades here. You'll probably find some boulders because we love to cling on to things back there. So I'm gonna start by laying down on this ball, and I'm gonna shoot for right around here. But I am gonna wiggle around to try to find the best spot for me. So I laid right where that was, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wiggle around, rolling down a little bit. I found a nice clump of clogged up muscle. So I'm gonna lay right there, keep the pressure on it, and then same deal as before. I'm gonna go ahead and move my arm up and down. This is going to start to break up that muscle, get some blood flow around there, and make your life better. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my arm about 10 times, let the crunchies work themselves out. Say I do 10 of those, I'm gonna go ahead and wiggle around to another spot. I find more muscle, and I'm gonna go ahead and move the arm again. Typically, I'll spend about 1 to 2 minutes on each side, just digging underneath that shoulder blade, finding the spot, and then putting in the work to release it. And then of course, I'm gonna go ahead, stand up, swap sides, sit up, swap sides, and then same deal on the other side. If it is too intense on the ground, you can do this up against a wall. Same thing. It doesn't quite break up the muscles the same way, but it does feel good. It's like a little massage. So pick your poison, and good luck.
All right, moving on to release that shoulder area. We're gonna start targeting the traps. Traps pretty much the neck all the way down to the shoulder. Got a good strand of muscle in that area on both sides. So it's a very hard spot to get to. So I have a barbell here. I'm really lucky that I have something that's 35 to 45 pounds, and I'll put that on my trap in a second. If you can have someone apply pressure with any kind of object that's going to be like a ball or anything pointing into the trap, that works as well. And yeah,
An elbow.
And an elbow.
Someone
yeah.
can gouge an elbow
elbow
in there.
works too, where you're there. So just imagine that object being this guy. But for right now, I'm lucky I get to showcase this with a barbell. So here you go. The first side, I'm going to do my right side. I'm going to try to get that barbell up right on that trap. And again, you can go higher up on the neck if you're feeling some discomfort there, or you can have it kind of more targeted towards the shoulder. It just depends. I kind of like to start at the top with the soft tissue, and then what I'm going to do is get some range of motion with that trap. So when we're moving our arm from the hip all the way up with a straight arm, I'm going to try to go as high as I can and get that range as far back but I don't want to push it too far where I'm uncomfortable. Once I feel the sticky spot, I'm going to come right back down and then right back up. Okay, we're going to do that 10 to 15 times. You can do it for a minute. It's entirely up to you. Take your time. I like to move my palm up. I like to put my palm down, thumb up in the air. Every direction kind of opens up that trap. Okay, once I do about 10 to 15 in that spot, now I'm going to roll it down the shoulder of the trap, and I'm going to do it again 10 to 15 or another minute. And I'm starting to feel this kind of in the back of my scapula too. It starts to kind of release some tension back there. Again, keep kind of a tight stomach when you're doing these, because you don't want to be arched or over this way or lean back. Tight throughout the bottom of the half of the body. Okay, 10 to 15 on one, 10 to 15 on the other, or a minute. Enjoy. All right, we're going to talk about pass-throughs today. Very important movement. It is a daily movement. It should be done before and after workouts, just because the shoulders do, again, like Kelsey said, the Klingons do happen in the shoulder area, and we do use that area a lot in life. Workouts, you name it, we use it. So PVC is the way to go. A broomstick works. Anything that's lightweight that you can manipulate and move around really easy without much muscle is what you want to use. Okay, so I have this PVC pipe here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have it just right by the hips. I'm going to go ahead and go as wide as I can with my arms, not too wide where you're kind of in a weird situation, but you notice from the side my back is straight up and down. Okay, I don't want to create this thing where I'm here and I'm arching my back, and I don't want to be too narrow, because you'll feel that in a second. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to go wide here, and now I'm going to pretend like this stick is on fire. I want it to be away from the body, and I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing. If you see from the side view, as I push, I'm trying not to arch my back. I'm trying to keep my stomach tight, my butt tight, pushing the stick away from the body all the way through. My elbows are not bending. Elbows are nice and straight. So you want to continue that movement, and you get to check your speed. So if you want to go a little bit quicker than that, that's great. You'll start to hear your elbows, wrists, and shoulders start to pop. That is totally normal. When you go a little bit more narrow, it becomes more difficult, because that's less range for your shoulders to get through, and you can see it's a little bit stickier for me and I have to break form. That's when you want to back out of it and go back to where you were. Okay, if you feel like you're doing this and you're bending your elbows and coming through like that, that's incorrect as well. You're not getting a shoulder stretch. Okay, another way to do these is a reverse pass through. We'll just do these palms facing forward. You'll go here nice and wide. Again, these are more difficult, but if you can do them, they might unwind you a little bit and get your elbows a little bit more. Okay, and again, same speed, nothing much different than the forward pass-throughs. We're just unwinding the screws as we go the opposite way. All right, good luck.